Hi everyone! AI video is evolving at an incredible pace, and I think we can all see how quickly new models are coming out. Just a year ago, most generated videos felt more like a curiosity than something you could actually use in a professional project. But now things are changing. Kling 2.5 Turbo Pro is not just another update, it's a huge leap forward. If you have used Kling before, you know that the older versions could produce some interesting results, but they often lacked consistency, emotion, or realistic physics. Turbo Pro solves these problems and finally gives us a tool that lets us think of an AI video as a true cinematic medium. In this video, I will show you what makes this model stand out, why it's better than the previous Kling versions, and 5 practical use cases with prompts you can try yourself. One of them will even use the first frame feature, turning a static image into a moving cinematic sequence. And along the way, you will see direct comparisons. The same prompt in an older version of Kling and in Turbo Pro. And trust me, the difference is huge. So, what exactly changed? First, cinematic quality. Older models could generate decent clips, but they never really felt like real movie scenes. Turbo Pro gives you better framing, realistic lighting, and camera moves that feel like they were shot by a professional crew. Second, realism and physics. The model now understands how the world works. Gravity, reflections, shadows, even liquid dynamics. That makes your video feel natural and believable instead of uncanny. Third, advanced camera control. You can now specify things like Dutch angles, drone shots, or dolly zooms, and the results are smooth and stable. Fourth, emotional depth. Characters finally show real emotions, gestures, expressions, and body language, so you can tell actual stories with them. And finally, versatility. Whether you want photorealism, anime, surreal art, or painterly looks, Turbo Pro adapts. Together, these improvements make the jump from Kling 2.0 to Kling 2.5 Turbo Pro massive. Let's look at some real examples. AI video isn't just about landscapes, it's also about storytelling and emotion. And this is where the difference is striking. In older models with the same prompt, characters looked stiff and expressionless. That's what it used to look like. Now, in Turbo Pro, the camera slowly pushes in, the light reflects naturally off the kitchen surfaces, gestures are intense, and faces show emotion. It feels like a scene from a drama film. The prompt for this example is a tense cinematic shot in a modern kitchen at dusk. A couple argues, sharp gestures, furrowed brows, tense posture. Camera slowly pushes in, from medium wide to close up, reflections on stainless steel appliances, dramatic soft evening light, moody cinematic look. This is the power of Turbo Pro. The emotions are real and you can feel the tension. Another area where Turbo Pro shines is physics. Older models often struggled here. Objects looked weightless, reflections were off, shadows didn't make sense. That's what it used to look like with the same prompt. Now in Turbo Pro, every movement feels natural. The ball has weight, the reflections shift as the camera moves, the echo of each bounce sounds real. The prompt is a polished marble ball rolling down a grand stone staircase. Dynamic tracking shot follows from a side as the ball bounces step by step. Each impact produces natural echoes, realizing gravity, reflections, and shifting light across its glossy surface. These little details are what make the scene believable. You are immersed in the world and you forget it's AI generated. Turbo Pro also excels in artistic styles. Let's take anime. In older versions, it often looked flat, almost like a filter paste on the top of the scene. Characters had little depth and the camera was static. That's what it used to look like. But now in Turbo Pro, you get pastel colors, cinematic camera work, cherry blossoms floating in the air, hair moving in the wind. It really feels like a scene from a classic anime, not a rough imitation. The prompt is Japanese anime style. A girl with a flowing hair stands on the windy hilltop at sunset. Cherry blossoms swirl in the air. The camera begins with a wide shot, then slowly zooms in, capturing her serene expression with emotional depth. Soft pastel colors, hand-drawn anime aesthetic. This shows how versatile Kling is. It's not just realism. It can fully embrace an art style and make it cinematic. Dynamic motion is also a big challenge for older models. In fast moving sequences, the image would often fall apart and the camera lost stability. That's what it used to look like. Now in Turbo Pro, the drone shot stays stable, the skier moves smoothly, and the slow motion jump looks epic. The prompt is a dynamic drone shot of a skier racing down a steep rocky slope. The camera follows tightly from behind and above, capturing speed and precision. At the edge, the skier jumps off the massive cliff, soaring through the air in slow motion before landing with a spray of snow. Epic cinematic stable tracking. This is a game changer for creators working on sports, documentaries, or ads because it delivers shots that would otherwise require huge budgets in the real world. And finally, let's talk about first frame. I saved the best for last. With this feature, you can take any static image and turn it into a cinematic sequence. In older models, the results were pretty simple, sometimes even chaotic. That's what it used to look like. But now in Turbo Pro the image expands into a full epic fantasy scene with waterfalls, clouds, and looking of birds. The camera pulls back smoothly, the lighting feels natural, and the atmosphere is cinematic. The prompt is for the first frame. The prompt is first frame a still image of a fantasy castle on a cliff at sunset. The camera slowly pulls back to reveal dramatic clouds moving, waterfalls cascading down the cliffs, and flocks of the bird flying across the glowing sky. Cinematic atmosphere, epic scale, realistic lighting. This feature is especially powerful for visual artists, designers, and illustrators because it allows them to turn a single piece of art into an entire animated sequence. It connects static art with moving image. So why does it matter? Because AI video is no longer just a cool demo for tech enthusiasts. It's becoming a real tool for creators. For filmmakers, it's a way to test shots and scenes before going on set. For marketers, it means creating campaign videos in hours instead of weeks. For artists, it means bringing static work to life. For educators, it's about producing engaging materials that look professional. Kling 2.5 Turbo Pro gives creators access to something that used to require large teams and massive budgets. And that's what shows the difference best. The same prompts in older models produced average clips. In Kling 2.5 Turbo Pro, they become cinematic, emotional, physically realistic, and stable. That's why this is a huge leap forward. Try it yourself at getimg.ai and see how big the difference really is on your own prompts. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe and give a like. And let me know in the comments which use case impressed you the most. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.